up, everyone? We are back after a long winter. Brad and Aiden are taking apart the machines off of the trailer right now. There's the Wizard doing his thing. We've got our trailer. I can't wait to show you that. We got it all wrapped up. Remember when we bought that? I've been looking forward to it for 15 years. It looks even better than what I envisioned because we got it wrapped and it is looking like a mobile billboard. I'm super excited. We're about to get underway to finish up the project. We got interrupted by winter. We'll go to the back. We'll show you kind of what it looked like after sitting for the winter, and then we'll come up with our plan, and then we get to attack it and have some fun getting creative again. Oh, hey, we're getting fired back up here. Thankfully, we tarped it. That was a good call. Had everything ready. Everything's looking in a real good spot. The pond sat with water filled in over the winter. You want to do that just so no rodents go in and try and seek refuge from the winter. That was our advice, is just to keep it full. Right now, we're trying to get ourselves ready to at least start building right here. So we'll be doing that before you know it. Otherwise, it looks like it handled the winter in a real good way. Now we just have fun. And we are going to come up with our game plan. We're going to start working on our stream and finish rocking in the pond, clearing our access so we can really get to it. But otherwise, man, things handled the winter really well. I'm glad we shut it down the way we did when we did, because we're in a good spot to keep on rolling. All right, well, that's going to do it for the end of day one on construction season 2023. These guys are all talented. They're starting to see it in their mind, and they're going to have an opportunity later this year to be able to set themselves free without Justin and I being there. So I'm really excited by that. Make sure, if you have not yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, because we are just getting started for the year, and there are a lot of cool things ahead of us. Keep watching. That's all I got to say. We've got a lot to show you. It's going to be a fun year. Hey, we're back here. Day two, back in the groove. Right now, what the guys are going to work on is our spring cleaning for the pond. We always recommend that you leave your pond full of water for the entire winter. The reason being is if there have been times where people didn't take our advice, and that's when the rodents go seek refuge from the cold. This pond is below ground, so everything below ground is going to be a little bit warmer, and those rodents really like to move to that warm. So what we're going to do is we drained off all the water. Now we're going to pressure wash all the stone. So I won't be here for the rest of the day, but I'm going to set the guys up to have a good day. So if you're new to the channel, my dad really believed in what we were doing. He believed in me so much that he bought us our first truck to help us get started as Pond King Water Garden. And he was cremated in one of our sweatshirts. He was so proud of what we were building and what we were doing. That's what we're up to. So I'm going to leave the guys with a bunch of things to do, and we're going to come in and see what they did tomorrow. When you're doing spring cleanings, you want to make sure to wet down your rocks. You want to get as much of that debris out as possible. It is an ecosystem, so what we're trying to do is get rid of the organics that are going to decay, and those just turn into fertilizers. So by removing them now, we're going to have a cleaner pond that's healthy. We've got some outcroppings placed by spraying out some things for them. Any of those pink circles you might see are going to be boulders that are kind of placed throughout. So when everyone's looking at this, it's really telling that story that this pond is something that was always here. So it's just about trying to keep the guys busy today, and then tomorrow I'll be coming in with new boulders, new rocks, new gravel, and things to really help us keep moving forward. Hey, good morning. We're back at our project here that we're finishing up from last year. The guys just fired on all cylinders yesterday and really made some artwork out of the rocks they placed. Things are looking great here. They got all the outcroppings placed. We're here with new material. Our trailer is back with our truck, and we are going to start our day by moving in our supplies, rocking in the pond. And what's really fun for me, but if you remember in part one, when we were picking out our boulders, we found one that had already been drilled as part of the blasting process and the mining process, and I said to our client, hey, I couldn't pass this up. This would make for an excellent bubbling rock. What do you think about adding this as a bubbling rock? And they said, you know what? After the time of winter thinking about it, they said, let's do that. So we're going to work on that today because it is a heavy boulder. Look at that guy. It's huge. It's about as much as our machines can handle. We're going to get that in place, get it ready so that we don't cut off access, because as soon as we do our pooling area here, we do our stream, we won't be able to drive the machines back there anymore. We've got a lot ahead of us today. They got that compost pile moved for them. That was just an easy thing we could do because we have machinery. and then they'll take care of the fence and they'll get that all moved around. We've got some outcroppings over there. It's really starting to tell a story like this pond was always here, and that's what we're always trying to do. I'm really excited with this boulder they placed here as part of the turning of the water. It looks like the water just carved its way out of that rock. I really love that. And then all the tight lines they did to really sync things up. The pond came really clean. They did a great job cleaning that. That's awesome. So man, things are looking great here, and now we're just gonna keep doing what we do, which is have fun while we're creating another piece of artwork. All right, we got our bubbling boulder in place. We've got it level side to side with a little pitch coming towards us, so it's coming towards the house. And it's just got all these really cool wrinkles and stuff on the rock where the water's gonna travel over that. We have it elevated a little too, so it'll make a little waterfall. And then we've got just a little 5-6 inch waterfall that's gonna happen between the V's of those big rocks. Things are working out really well. And now we're gonna put in a rock to help for splashing, but without blocking too much of the view. So that's kind of one of the things we like to consider is like, how is this gonna splash? Because if it splashes all outside the liner, well, then we're going to be dealing with adding too much water to the pond. We're going to think we have a leak. So those are all things we like to consider when we're doing this. Well, it was a great day. We had to improvise, had to make up some solutions, but we came up with them. The team kept on moving, and we got a lot done. So I'm really excited. We got a bubbling boulder that's just going to look fantastic. It's coming towards the house. It's going to have a great flow rate on it, and it's going to make a little waterfall to it too. So that's going to look awesome. And we're just going to come back tomorrow. I'll be back in the morning with some more supplies, some gravel, and some more boulders. Then we're going to figure out where to put this pooling area exactly, and then we're going to have fun with our waterfall. But we are always thinking about access, because as soon as we put in this waterfall area, we can't get the machines over there as easily. So that's one of the things we're considering as we're finishing up, as we're building this, and then we're gonna make sure to address that ahead of time. Hey, good morning. So we're back. We're gonna have a plan of attack. Our plan is to get all the boulders I brought this morning into the back. We've got a lot of gravel. We're gonna try and work on our dry creek bed over there, and then we are gonna see what happens with the weather. It looks like we might be dealing with rain today. It is rather dark and cloudy, so we're just gonna come up with a plan of attack and move forward the best way we can. So right now the guys are placing underwater lights, and it's a little bit more of a hassle because we've already done some of our detail work. So we have to kind of undo some of the work we already did. The nice thing is we still have a bunch of stream and waterfall to do, so hopefully we'll remember by the time we get to that. But almost all of our ponds have underwater lights. That's the thing I absolutely love, is putting in the underwater lights. Personally, that was my favorite time to enjoy my water feature. It's like having two ponds for the price of one, because all of a sudden it's dark and all these new shadows come out. These glimmering effects that the lights create when the water's going over them is really awesome. Not everyone wants them right away, but I tell you what, that's a cool thing we can always add on to your water feature. So if you have a water feature without lights, maybe give us a call. 952-454-3101. Thanks, everybody. We are going to get our day underway here. We've got a new guy starting. He's going to be helping us for the summer till he goes back to college. Mr. Bennett Gultz over there. He's already gotten right to work, picking up a shovel and digging for us. We've got a lot to do today. We've got boulders in the trailer, we've got plumbing to do, and we've got a waterfall to build. And then there's other detail things that are going to start coming together as we're doing it. The medic's doing his thing, getting our machines in a good spot, Mr. Medic. And Mr. Handyman is being handy as always, teaching his craft to a new guy in a great way. So that's always fun to see our team teaching other people, because it means they get it just as well as we do. And the idea is we're creating a living work of art here, 1 yard at a time. Got our pooling area. We'll start rocking that in soon. All right, we're gonna have two pumps in here, one to run the bubbling rock, one for the waterfall. But when you do that, you gotta put in a new bulkhead for your overflow. So we just decided to put it on the side, keeping our float valve where it was so that we don't interrupt the skimmer basket. And we've already got our overflow plumbing run, our drainage pipe, so it'll be really easy to hook that up. All right, so now the guys are working on some edge treatments. Aiden has set the smart level at the water line. So what we're trying to do now is just make sure that the liner is raised up enough. We're not creating any low edges that are going to leak as we're trying to hide the liner at the same time. One of the things we're really getting good at, I feel like, is making the shoreline feel like it's a shoreline and something where it transitions off of the dirt into the pond in a nice way. Another thing we're going to be focusing on this year is making sure you can't really tell where the liner ends and the waterfall begins. So a lot of times we've kind of had this where you can see we've got a nice line of boulders. The water action is going to be great. It's going to twist really nicely, but we want to carry some of that look out past the liner and in different ways just to help it so it doesn't look like you can tell exactly where the liner would be. What do you think of your first day, Bennett?
It's pretty good.
Yeah? Tired?
Yeah, but I'll come back for more.
Awesome, thank you. You did great. All right, things went well today. Bennett's first day, he did well. All right, so now what we're doing is we're working on our waterfall. So we've got our pooling area. We've got a cool waterfall that's going to fall onto the point of that rock. It looks like that's wedged right in there, like the water carved its way through the stone there. We're going to have a cool S motion, so I want that waterfall to come off of the biofalls for a dramatic waterfall. I want it to disappear behind that big rock, and then that big rock's going to force the water to come turn this way. So then we're going to have another little small waterfall there, twisting, and then we're going to have something maybe larger and flat right in that area, and forcing that water to come twist. So we're really going to have some cool twisting motions to the waterfall there. It's going to look really fantastic. Still got underwater lights to put in, thanks to Brad. He's reminding me. Again, I keep forgetting, but we've got 4 more underwater lights to do. Got our rapid section right there. Got a huge boulder for our frame rock up there. We might want to get another something over here. You know, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be picking rock first thing tomorrow morning. That's it for the end of the day. Thanks for joining us. And good morning to you. The guys drained off all the old water, so that's awesome. I'm really happy with that because we're going to start filling it today. One of the new things in our process is we're going to take a 5-gallon bucket. We're going to time how long it takes to fill up that 5-gallon bucket. Then we're going to start filling your pond. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a timer running, and we're just going to know how long it took to fill that pond so we can have a really good idea how many gallons are in your actual system. We've got waterfall to build today. That's going to be fun. And then we're going to start doing the rest of the detail work, making this look awesome. So we're just going to make the best of it. We'll talk to you throughout the day. All right, we got the guys working on our waterfall right now, making sure we get a cool sheet that comes out there. I'm really excited by this waterfall because it's gonna twist around that rock that we have that on there. So it's gonna come out, we're gonna get some really cool water motion. This guy's gonna move still. We've got a lot of dirt work. I wanna make sure that we raise this area up so that we don't have a divot, so that all the drainage is coming this way. Guys are working well together. Things are going great. Pond is almost full. We turned it off for a couple hours there because we took our lunch. Then we got busy with some office work, mobile office work Justin and I did today, but we got a lot done. So things are looking great. I'm really excited. I can't wait to bring this to life. All right, well, we're gonna finish out the day. There's a lot left to do here, but it is turning out very, very nicely. It is a work of art. This is looking fantastic. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you. Hey, good morning. It's the start of a new day. We will be bringing a waterfall to life today. How awesome is that? There's a lot to do between now and then. The guys are already doing it. It's awesome. Bennett was here early, about 7:45. Got the mats laid out before the team got here. That's always awesome. And now he's got right busy jumping in with Brad. Brad's teaching him about how we have to do our edge work and really think like the water. Any low spots is gonna be a leak. So we don't like that. Right now the guys just have a good attitude with some buckets of dirt, and they're just gonna go ahead and get to it, so really appreciate that. All right, we're gonna let Bennett, the new guy, get the honors of plugging in his first water feature and bringing it to life. Bennett, you get the honors, sir. So we're just gonna plug it into this extension cord. There we go. All right, Bennett's putting down preen. What that is a pre-emergent. We like to put that down. It works really well here in Minnesota. It does not work that well down south where they get nothing but sun, but we love it. We don't like to put fabric down underneath our mulch here in Minnesota because the mulch degrades at about 1 inch a year, and that's healthy for the garden. All right, guys, project number 22 of 2022 is complete. It's also project number 1 of 2023. How awesome. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I really want to start showing off some of my favorite things at these builds so you can kind of get inside our head as an artist. One of the things we did was a dry creek bed, and that was our client's idea, but we knew we had to have a French drain to help with their sump pump to really help make sure that we're mitigating all the water and keeping it away from the house. So what we did was we kind of made this whole backyard feel like it was always here. We got outcroppings in the woods, some boulders way out there, up against the fence post, and we really are telling a story that this was always here. That's what I just love about what we do, is we get the freedom to really help tell that story. We've got big boulders in different spots. We've got an awesome bubbling boulder. I love the way that turned out. Our shoreline work, the guys did such a great job of really breaking up that shoreline. So you're starting to have trouble telling where the water ends and where the land begins. Another thing I really love is this waterfall going into the pond. Found a really cool boulder, and we just let the water dance over that boulder and do its own thing. And then another thing I love is just this interaction with this water on this stream. The guys did such a good job of picking boulders that were low profile so that you really want to walk up and look at that stream. And then Brad found this really cool boulder where it has an overhang, and it looks like the water just cut itself through that over time. I love the way that's placed. The water just goes right under it. Then we have a stepping stone interaction. So you're stepping across the stream to get up to their patio. We have a really cool pooling area, which was our client's idea, and I love the way this turned out. About a 1 foot deep little pooling area, but you can sit on this nice red rock that's nice and flat there, dangle your feet in the water, and then enjoy this awesome waterfall. Speaking of favorites, I love the way that waterfall turned out. It's a cool mixture of a sheet effect, but it's a natural sheet. So the water's falling, but where is it landing? That's one of the things I really love. We put a big boulder in there right in front of where that landing is, so it twists the water and it really makes you want to walk around. And then we have that patio to interact with the water feature, so you're going to be able to walk down on each side of that patio to really interact with it at night. And our client gave us one of the best compliments. He said, "I can't believe this is in my yard." Isn't that cool? He said, "I have a resort in my own yard." And that's really what we do for people. We create staycations. So all you have to do is open up your doors and you're vacationing. It is truly bringing life to an area that was otherwise quiet. It's a nice, calming sound. Isn't that awesome? I love my job. Project number 22 and project 1 of 2023 is complete. Check this out. Sponsored by Pond King Water Gardens. Living works of art, 1 yard at a time.